Okay, it looks like we're back. That's so weird. That's so weird because usually when that happens, it means my entire internet has died. Um but the chat never stopped for me. Sorry, just clicking around a little bit. So, as I was saying before, I like my bacon to be extremely crispy. Not an ounce of chew anywhere. When I bend a strip of bacon, I want it to crumble like a cracker. This has been another Twitch-approved Agent Frownie opinion. That's what the cats are for, Mile High Roll. Defense. The thing is, now it's appearing to freeze up because I'm sitting still and watching to see if it's frozen. I'm really doubtful of my chances of beating the boss with so few lives. If I do beat him, it's gonna be wondrous. But if I don't, well, it's gonna be not unexpected. This run does not count. Why is that? Because I already got a PB, so... The run immediately after a PB is usually garbage. So my expectations are certainly measured. I earned a life during the boss fight. I immediately lost it, but I earned it. Victory! We made it through! I thought you liked watching Dark Souls, Mile High Roll. We'll see. The plan is for this to be the last Battletoads run, but you know, like if we get if a huge raid party comes in expecting to see more Battletoads or something, we'll be flexible, but the idea is this is supposed to be the last. Because I wouldn't, you know, want to unexpectedly let a whole bunch of people down, but the plan is for this to be the last run. Hello, Arkanoid Addict. Welcome to the stream. We got a new, this level is a hard one. I've only beaten it twice. Last week on Thursday, I think. And then tonight, I beat it. So I've been to stage 10 twice. That's my PB, stage 10. Slowly but surely I'm getting there. Rat Race is a cool level. I mean, it's cool until the third race. I beat him twice. I couldn't beat him the third time. Thank you for watching out for me, Mile High Rule. I'm pretty sure Arkanoid Addict is familiar with the way that we like to do things. But I appreciate you looking out for me, as always. Let's go. No lives in a dream. Oh, if I hadn't, No, you're fine. You're fine, Arkanoid Addict. Mile High Rule is just being a little overly cautious. Hey, Toe, good to see you again. I hope you're having a good Tuesday, my friend. Making food, nice. I hope you've got something delicious you're putting together there. I had Arby's for dinner tonight. Just had Jelly pick up some fast food. It was kind of disappointing though because they normally I would get a sandwich and some fries and some cheese sticks, but they didn't have any cheese sticks, and that's my favorite part. So it was a little sad. Did you used to get potato cakes from Arby's, or was I the only one? They don't have them anymore, Yeg says. I'm afraid I have never had an Arby's potato cake. You know what? I don't think I've ever had a potato cake. How is a potato cake different from a hash brown? I think Arby's used to have onion rings, too, and they don't have those anymore, right? I might be thinking of somewhere else that discontinued their onion rings, but I think it was Arby's. Which isn't the end of the world. If I go to Arby's, I'm getting curly fries anyway, but I feel like they did a decent job at onion rings. Though the longer I think about it, the more I'm doubting that I'm thinking of the right location. I guess they are a tad thicker, that's about it. I was actually about ready to give up on our local Arby's too, because they were doing something wrong with their sandwiches where the buns they were serving were all soggy, and wet bread is like super gross. And it was like to the point where their sandwiches were kind of inedible for me. But they did a good job tonight, so. Wet bread is terrible. Yeah, I know. Because, like, even I would, like, try and take the buns and like, try to, like, rehabilitate them in the toaster. And it's just nothing. I couldn't do it. There's nothing I would do. Once Once they got kind of wet and soggy, nothing I could do would restore them. Dipping a sandwich into soup, top tier, Yake says. I like wet bread. You know, when I was a kid, I would eat ravioli. Every week, my mom would go and play bingo on Wednesday nights, and my dad would make ravioli. Canned ravioli for him and me and my sister for dinner. It's like clockwork. And, like, my dad can actually, like, cook things. It was by choice that he made us canned ravioli. But, I would dip bread into the ravioli. Welcome in, Retro Joey. Thank you for joining us. Arby's has that amazing cheese sauce for their sandwiches. But you know, it's nowhere close to real cheese, and you can feel it doing bad things to your internal system. I actually never get their cheese on their sandwiches. So when I go to Arby's, I get a plain roast beef sandwich, and I put some of their Arby's sauce on it. And that's it. I never deviate from that. Jelly likes their cheese on their sandwiches, though. She's always getting one of those cheese sandwiches. That's very wise on your part. It's just that I'm a terribly bizarre picky eater. I'll eat a cheeseburger any day of the week, right? Which is bread, beef, and cheese. But cheese on a roast beef sandwich? No, that version of bread, beef, and cheese is horrifyingly disgusting to me. Something's wrong with my brain. The bad beef, bread, and cheese. Oh, I don't know if I finished the thought, but when we would have ravioli, I would dip plain slices of white bread into the sauce around the ravioli to soak up the sauce and eat it like that. So there is some good wet bread. There is some good wet bread. But I think the problem is just like wet with water, right? Is the problem. Stage 10, here we go. I'm a regular at stage 10 now. I'm not a tourist, I have dual citizenship in this country. It has been wetted, but it is not wet, Cal says. French dip is great, Tusk says. I've never tried French dip. I'm still a fan of canned ravioli, and now I'm hungry. You know, I lost my taste for it somewhere along the way. And I don't even know that it's the canned nature of it that I'm against. I don't know. I'll eat food out of it. I'll eat food out of a can. Usually I get ingredients, though, out of a can. More than I'll get like a whole prepared sort of food item from a can. You know, like I'll use canned chicken sometimes, or my beans. I always get beans canned. I don't like dealing with dry beans. Mushrooms I'll get canned. I don't like them as much as fresh mushrooms. There is actually kind of a difference there, but usually it's fine. I use canned mushrooms if I'm putting them in something like a spaghetti sauce or a chili. For like a stir fry or something, I probably wouldn't want canned mushrooms. Is Arby's like terrible? I mean, I don't think it's terrible. I don't, you know, I'll eat, I'll eat lots of different fast foods. It's just, the problem with me isn't really the problem with me isn't necessarily, like, the quality of the food, right? Like, it's the, like, category of the food. I'm just picky and like things plain. I think you like French dip. It's very simple. Roast beef on a buttered and toasted French roll with au jus. All right, that sounds. I could probably eat something like that. See, when I heard French dip, I was assuming it was some sort of dip made out of French dressing. And I thought, no way. Uh, 90% of people who say Arby's is bad have never eaten there. Arby's gets a bad rap online, but I'm definitely a fan, Yake says. I like Arby's. It's also, Arby's is a fast food chain that we didn't have anywhere near me growing up. The closest Arby's was like an hour and a half away. So it was, by virtue of its rarity, it always seemed like something special to me when I was young. And so it gets bonus points in my estimation because of that. Kind of like root beer. Root beer was an occasional treat for me when I was young. So now I like it disproportionately to what it is because of its rarity in my youth. Even though, you know, I can go to the store and I can buy all the root beer I want anytime now. It has no rarity for me as an adult, but it still carries that, I don't know, it still gets that, like, bonus points. I love our amazing technology that has allowed NES games to be streamed over the internet so we could watch in astonishment at what some mean lady put some toads through in the 80s. While we debate where our thresholds are on how wet we allow our bread to be before we won't eat it. Clearly, this is the end point to which technology has been evolving all along. You dip the sandwich into the au jus. I follow Tusk. Rat Race, this game keeps getting better and better. Hello, Shadow, welcome in. Pleasure to see you, my friend. This level's my PB. And where you saw me die is about the furthest. I've made it to the third bomb. I've never managed to kick the third bomb. I either go too slow and the rat beats me, or I go too fast and I get zapped by the electricity on my way down to the bomb. They timed it perfectly. They got me. They knew I was a klutz and they timed it perfectly. Oh, I missed him. I know the trick has got to be to, like, find the right place and time to give this guy an extra headbutt to sort of throw off his timing, but, I haven't found those places and times yet. Still working that one out. But, like, once you kind of fall behind, it's pretty much over. There's no recovery on this third one. Whoa. They're so rude. They start you off with bowling balls. Oh. Root beer is great, but a good root beer is exceptional amongst other sodas. What are, if you wouldn't mind sharing, what are some of your favorite root beers, Tusk? I like Barks. Barks is my go-to root beer. I like how it's got sort of a stronger abrasiveness to it than other root beers. I like that it's caffeinated, which you very rarely have a caffeinated root beer. I miss their old catchphrase, though, their slogan. They used to say, Barks has bite. And I thought, wow, that's clever. That's got a good ring to it. And then they replaced it with Barks, it's good. which is kind of great for how laughably bad it is. Some marketing executive got paid to come up with the slogan, "It's good." They probably got paid more money than I'll ever see in my whole life for those two words. Just imagine I'm sitting there thinking, like, what can I come up with that will express that this is a good product. It's good. Done. That's all it says on the can. Dad's root beer is great, Tusk says. I think my favorite has to be Wild Bill's, Cal says. I don't know if I've ever had Dad's or Wild Bill's. I think I've had Dad's cream soda, but I don't think I've had the root beer. Wild Bill's is more on the sweet side than the bitey side of root beer. Barks is definitely very good. I also enjoy root beer that is more root beery, if that makes any sense. Don't serve a root beer to Sparrow, though. I believe Sparrow described root beer as tasting like a cola with a smashed roach inside of it. Bark's Revenge. Oh, did the stream die again? The stream died again! Well, I guess we'll try another, stop and restart.